Greetings, greetings, greetings. Goddamn, I appreciate you. Salute to everybody. Welcome on this Valentine's weekend. I know this was a rough one for a lot of people. It was a rough one because social media just made y'all look like losers if you're single. Even if you're already in a relationship or married, you look like a loser because there was always one jackass that you know they always posted something and showing how they showed out, and that shit makes silly, man. That shit can make shit bad at home. It really can. If your woman is impressionable, it can make shit bad at home. A woman would be like, "Damn, why can't we do that?" I had one of my wife's friends told her man he better not go get any chocolates from the drugstore. I was like, wow. Because he better go to a chocolatier. You know, yo, that shit is just insane, ridiculous. But you know what? This impression. People watch impressions all day. I mean, all of y'all watch impressions all day. You just watch everybody doing more than you. Let's keep it a stizzy, right? They're doing more than you. You're watching that, and it messes with you. You're constant watching everybody's life. Even if you're watching a whole bunch of gibberish nonsense, it's still bad for you. But I told you, I warned you, I said, don't look at no social media on the Valentine's weekend. Don't even bother, especially you Facebook people, because that's where all the losers is at. That's where all the losers is at. I promise you. So, shout out to everybody, man, whatever way you enjoyed it. It is a long weekend. I believe it's President's Day Monday, right? Yeah. I think it's a holiday. I know here kids got they got a holiday for Monday, but yeah, it's crazy. But for me, it was pretty quiet. I didn't see a lot of action too much. I think people were going out just to do it and then coming back home saying, was it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people do a lot of these things and they just do it for clout because it just sounds good, but they even want to do it. Your mate should be simple on Valentine's. Y'all should just keep it as a regular day, but acknowledge it as a beautiful day. You know what I mean? Get your little card, some chocolate, little roses, flowers, and keep it pushing. Don't get crazy. Christmas just left, man. We are literally just getting away from Christmas days ago. Chill out. For real. How far was Christmas? A little over 45 days. It's crazy. We just got into a new year. Take it easy, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is an interesting topic, man. I wanted to share this because I'm not sure if I'm going to be around tomorrow at this time, tomorrow in a few hours, right? Got a lot going on, but this has been something that I think it's important from this holiday, from this thing coming in on a weekend, a year into Trump's presidency. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I just feel that these holidays are miserable, man. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you, oh, it was great, it was fantastic. My Valentine's is fantastic because I got my wife and my daughter and my mom. You know what I'm saying? Especially my little girl. So once we go from that, and that's a few minutes of chocolates and little hearts or whatever, then it's a regular day. What I'm saying is, I don't know. This is what I'm feeling. I feel that Valentine's Day was not good this year. That's what I'm just saying generally. Something a little birdie told me in the air that it's off. It is. You know what I'm saying? Because even when a man has Valentine's Day, you may have a homegirl, female cousin hit you up, happy enjoy your Valentine's, whatever. I had like one person hit me up today. One. Outside, you know what I mean? One. I'm talking about the, outside of the primary people in your life. One person. And this woman did it on some old, she did it some smooth cordial shit, but she acknowledged it. But I'm gonna tell you something. This is the first Valentine's in my life that I didn't feel the love in the air. I didn't feel it. And that's why I love Valentine's Day, because you used to feel the love in the air. You used to see whatever. I'm not just recently I just came home and I seen a couple bums in my neighborhood. I just realized why she was dressed up. It didn't even dawn on me, because I have like this neighbor. She's a rough chick, man. Rough looking chick. She pulls up in front of the spot or whatever, and I'm watching her because I'm in the car double parked doing my little emails and texts, late night shit. And she gets out with this old fat nigga or whatever. They get out the car, they taking pictures. Just boring shit, you know what I mean? She probably went out, he probably took out, he probably gonna get some poom poom. Because they go in the crib or whatever. But whatever. So then I noticed like a little slew of these little drunk young chicks. This is why I don't fuck with parties no more, man. Young people, I don't like being around them, yo. They just too stupid. These niggas just getting drunk, like to the point like throwing up in the street type of shit. Like, who's throwing up on Valentine's? Because y'all niggas bought a little bottle of liquor, and now y'all turn it up. This ain't New Year's Day. Shout out to Chris. That shit is corny as hell, man. Yo, but anyway, yeah, so this is why. This is my personal list. Write this down. I don't know if y'all agree, but this is my little personal list of how I've been moving around. And this is gonna coincide with why I tell you I don't like being around certain folk. But my energy lately, correct me if I'm wrong, because you probably gonna be in a different zone. No parties. I don't want to go to no lounges. I don't want no parties. I don't want no concerts. Now listen, y'all gonna get a little offended. My shit's a little extreme. I'm gonna say no vacations only because I'm not trying to do the vacation the Facebook way. My daughter's different. So even if I gotta go to a party because it's a birthday party, that's different for her. If I gotta go to a concert for her, if I gotta go on vacation, obviously for her. But I'm talking about me. I can't see me not enjoying none of this shit. So I'm speaking on a solo mission. Let's just put me in there by myself. I can't get into it. I think it's just played out now. I just think it's whack. And same thing like Valentine's Day. And some of y'all, maybe y'all did. Hit me with a comment to let me know. But I just felt that it's just washed. And I feel like it's been done so many different times in the greatest ways. I probably had one of my best Valentines in my past, how I did it for a woman. And I remember I went in. Now we just be keeping it simple. But I remember I had an ex, this was going back a long time, but I remember I had rose petals. Like I bought rose petals, put them all in a tub and shit. Walked. The power of pussy, boy, I swear. But it was a different time. Obviously, this is the 90s, so peep game. What year was this? Actually, it was the late 90s, because I remember I was playing Drew Hill's If I Believe in remember when Drew Hill, or was it the lead singer? He had this one song that was just so beautiful. The greatest part of me or some shit like that. Somebody could tell me the title, but that nigga had a song that was so dope. But anyway, just listen to me, right? So anyway, I bought all this shit, man, and I went in. And I put her in the tub, gave her a bath. She was crying. I was crying. That shit. I had the speaker in the bathroom. Oh, shit. I'm just realizing this. Oh, but it was that time. That's when we was on the creative zone and you love somebody, Valentine's, everybody outside, like you seeing balloons everywhere. It was a big deal. Now it's just like, Nick, I think a lot of niggas stayed home. I think a lot of people stayed home, man. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I think niggas just stayed home because they just was like, man, I ain't trying to spend no $400 on no Instagram fucking restaurant. That's all it is, an Instagram restaurant. A lot of y'all niggas don't even know where to go no more. Y'all got to go to social media and see where you going to eat it because you see all these greedy motherfuckers out here eating and shit. But, yeah, I went in. So my whole thing, this is how I break it down. I'll tell you the year of how I was, and I can tell you how things was. Now, the last time I really went in on Valentine's Day, hold on, I think it was... The last time I went in on dinner, like went out to dinner, it was my last time on a big dinner because I went to this expensive restaurant, spent like $400. This is '04, so that's a long time ago, and that's a lot of money to be spending on the fucking dinner. The dinner was so whack. When me and my girl at the time went back to the Bronx, I had to go to a chicken spot to finish that shit. I swear to goodness, I had to go to Kansas Fried Chicken, the ghetto-ass chicken spot, to get a fish sandwich and a chicken sandwich just to fill up. That's how much of a disgrace it was. Parking was mad expensive. We in a damn restaurant. It was this homo couple next to us. Yo, I swear, man, it was a different time. But '04, I was like that. I think that was the last time I was going to expensive restaurants and all that shit with the reservations. You know, because they try to tell you a 7-course meal, and that shit was a ripoff. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, shout out to Chris. So I was done then. But I do remember me buying 50 balloons or 20 balloons. I don't remember who I did that for. Somebody I gave. Let me tell you my fly shit I used to do. I used to get a lot of balloons and then put them in your damn living room so all them shits is just floating in there. That shit was pretty dope. I thought that was creative. But you know what I mean? I can't even get that shit into me for my wife. Like, I feel that me and her do so much for each other. We don't even got to prove that shit. But when I was dating, you know, these 2-3 year relationships, yeah, I was going in. I'm just trying to remember who I got all them balloons for. I just don't remember how long ago that was. Niggas slip up with some shit, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my side pieces out there that was dealing with that Valentine's Day. I was a bitch. That shit hurt like a motherfucker. I know it did. You know what I mean? You just got to cut your phone off and just deal. That's a long day, too, to deal with that shit. You got to deal with that. And you know the nigga going to tell you some bullshit. They had to work. Motherfuckers always talk about they got to work. Yeah, I'm going to work this whole weekend. Because, you know, this is Valentine's weekend. So niggas, you know what I mean? This, you got to make it an excuse. Women ain't, listen, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. How the fuck you going to get away? That nigga ain't going to be able to breathe until Monday. He better take her to dinner after work. So, I've been there with that shit. Side pieces on a Valentine's. I used to always tell my chicks I got to work that day. I'm pissed. But, you know, I always got to wait because I work for myself. So I never had an issue with that. But, yeah. A lot of great memories, man. But it was more fun the older, you know what I mean? I think, you know what I mean? And again, maybe some of these young fucking clowns is having fun, but I just don't think anybody really enjoying shit now in this corny social media stage because nobody can top anybody. Everybody's like doing something better on social media. It just looks better, right? So, but, so that brings me to, so this is an interesting topic I want to share, man. And, oh, Nate, what about the ride or die chicks? You ain't say about those. The ride or die chicks, you always gonna be good. You know, even if your boo had to work because he was with his wife or his girlfriend, you ride or die, you gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? That nigga gonna take care of you probably next week. He gonna get all that shit half off anyway because it's gonna be cheaper today. So there's some benefit to having a side chick that you just tell her. You be like, listen, Tuesday we're going to go to a nice dinner. We ain't got to worry about no reservations. They ain't got to worry about no crowded restaurants. You know what I'm saying? You just free now because now you done told the wife you got to work all night. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. Yeah, what he say? He said, does the creativity dwindle as you get older and have more relationships? Man, I think it's just the time, Bree. You know what I mean? Because my daughter, I'm gonna tell you what, me and my wife's Valentine's, come to think of it, was at my daughter's school because she had this fashion show, and that was the gift right there. So she had a great Valentine's, technically. Plus, I'm a new dad still. You know what I mean? So, if anything, Valentine's is supposed to be bigger, but it's just the times, bro. It's right now. It's like your home is your castle. Like, you got everything in the crib. So it's to the point, like, listen, I got all my Valentine's Day shit Thursday. You know what I mean? So I was already prepared. Boom. So once Saturday rolled in, I was, you know what I'm saying? It's not much to do. We've been there, done that so many different ways, but I just feel it's 2026. Shit is just not hitting. The year starting off a little fucked up. We had this weird snowstorm. I don't even understand. This snowstorm was a dirty snowstorm. I'm going to tell you why it's called dirty, because it snowed and then it was ice cold, freezing, and it just got dirtier and the city just started looking worse and worse and worse. And I think people fell into a depression because you look outside and your car's buried and it's too hard to click the snow off. It's just, the year's starting off a little, you know what I mean? It's starting to be a little shitty. I ain't going front. I got nothing to do with God. I'm just saying in the United States of America, I think shit is just off. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that, I just been making the crib my home, and we just, again, we enjoying the weekend, but my daughter's thing was the highlight. So we ain't had to really do much, you know what I mean? So, yeah, because my parents used to go hard on Valentine's, and they're much older than me. So I say that to say, they always did that. You know what I mean? I just think it's the sign of the times. I don't think these holidays are really sticking no more. It's starting to feel weird and off. I watched me a little Netflix thing tonight, this movie. It was a little documentary. I don't know if y'all seen that one where the people fell. The plane got crashed in Colombia and the 4 kids was stuck in a jungle for 40 days. That was a really, really, really touching documentary. It got a little weird at the end. It got a little weird because, the soldiers were the government was going back and forth with the indigenous people. And, indigenous people feel that they run, they run the jungle. And, they just felt like the government gave them hell throughout all these centuries and years. And I don't know. It was political, but at the end of it all, the indigenous people won because there was this thing that they said that in order to find the kids, they had to pull this, like, I don't know, it was some spiritual shit that happened. What was it called? I got to write it down. I think I wrote it down. It was some spiritual joint that they found in the sky. It was crazy. Like, the helicopter brought it over. Anyway, it made them find the kids. I think it got a little weird at the end because I know what they was trying to basically, like, battle. It's called Yage, Yage, and it's a South American jungle known as the Solvan, primarily used by indigenous Amazonian groups, which I was talking about. But there's another name of it called Ayuhasaka, and it's what does Yage do? Yage, okay, I'm gonna tell you what it does. Yage is a popular hallucinogenic substance Indigenous tribes in Brazil, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia have used it for centuries. They use it to cure elements, but primarily for spiritual experiences. It intensely hallucinogenic, and as such, it intrigues Westerners for decades. So my impression that I got from it, that whatever this potion they put in the air exhumed the kid's position in that jungle, and they found him. So I don't know, just watch it. It was really, really, it was really good. Up until that point, it was just because you know what it was? It's like it took credit away from God, but it still was a spiritual connection, because my whole thing is like God kept them kids alive, man. I mean, an infant baby, 11 months old, and 3 other kids, and they was eating through the forest, and the mother taught her how to fish. 3 of the people died in a plane crash, and that was the pilot, another man, and a mother. But the 4 kids got away, and they found them, and it was really, really incredibly beautiful, man. But there's always some bullshit going on, because like I said, it was political shit between the indigenous people and the government with the soldiers. You know what I mean? Niggas was putting in work, man. But it was really, really good. So check it out if you can on Netflix. But anyway, I was really thinking today, which I do quite often, and I was really thinking deep. You know how you start thinking of people, and y'all start playing with your phone, and you just be feeling a little like weird, and your mind is all over the place, and then you start looking at your phone, and you don't talk to this one, and why am I talking to this one? And the mind just starts going. And for the past, I want to just say the past 6 months. I'm gonna round, because I had a situation that happened to me in September. So I'm gonna say within the past 6 months, right? There was a situation with one of my friends. Now, this is my one of my ex-friend's ex-girlfriend. Does that make sense? So his ex-girlfriend, we still cool. She invited me to her birthday. Now, y'all, as y'all know, I don't like invites to shit like that no more, because you know what ends up happening. You're gonna go there. I just don't like to go to shit like that no more. You know what I mean? It's not fun. So but the good thing, it was in Jersey. So Jersey's a lot easier to get to shit, because there's always park and shit like that. So it was in Inglewood Cliffs, New Jersey. My homegirl's from Washington Heights. She's Dominican. So she lives, a lot of Hispanics live up there in Inglewood, Teaneck, New Jersey, North Jersey and shit. That's like their territory, because, the GW Bridge, George Washington Bridge, connects to the Bronx and Upper Manhattan. So they usually move over there. So anyway, she was having her birthday. If you around, stop by, whatever. I was in Jersey already, had my daughter and my wife with me. I think I told you the story. Went up North Jersey, bang, 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 to the point where I'm like, yo, listen, y'all just wait in the car. Let me just go in here and show love real quick, and I get out of here. So she was having shit at some Mexican restaurant. Nice little vibe in there. It's not like it used to be, but it was what it was. So it was her, about 3 different women. So 3 different women and 1 dude. So I seen her. She had this little thing on her hand. You know those things when people be having problems with they nerves? There's like a little, it's like a plastic cast that they be having on their forearm. Y'all ever seen that? So she was looking a little weird with that, because I'm like, oh shit. She was looking different. Put on some pounds or whatever. So whatever. We got another table, because I came in there. So they was like, boom, what I'm saying? You want anything to drink? Oh, yeah, a little pina colada, whatever. So one of her homegirls was showing me pictures of her daughter. It was a little sexy, you know what I mean? Like not nasty, but sexy. So she's like, oh, the photographer did. I said, oh yeah. So my homegirl told her homegirl that I used to do photography for her. So she started pulling out pictures of shit that I did for her. So I'm like, oh, okay. But I didn't like her pictures that I did for her. So I started going in. I showed her homegirl. I said, listen, these are my other pictures. And the pictures was a little sexy. So, the girls was half, naked and shit, ass is showing, whatever. But, these are women, so they ain't tripping. At least that's how I think about it. At least that's how I thought. So to my left, to my right of me was her and then her two other girlfriends. And then to the left of me was her sister-in-law, because she's married to her brother, and some corny-ass nigga that was next to her. I wasn't really feeling him too much, but whatever, he was there. You know how it's like the two men that's there, but it don't be like that. I feel if there's one guy there, you should be showing that nigga mad love. Like, yo, you want anything, bro? Anything to eat? He just wasn't a good host, and these niggas is just being cheap. That type of shit, you know what I mean? So, anywho, I'm chilling and talking to a girl, whatever. She's like, oh, the pictures are nice. So, to the left, it went from that to the left. My homegirl was like, yo, how your boy doing? Because she used to go with with homegirl. So the sister-in-law was asking me, how is she doing? I mean, how is he doing? What's new? How's he been? I said, I don't, we don't really kick it like that no more. But then we got to a conversation like, yo, he was a character, whatever. She was telling me how one time she caught the nigga cheating. She was in the Bronx at Whitestone Theater. Anybody remember Whitestone Theater? It's from New York. They remember what I'm talking about. And the nigga was there with a girl and a kid. With her kid. I'm like, who the fuck was that? I don't remember that, but me and him are like close like that where I would even ask him. So we bug it out. So her current baby's father, which is my homegirl, the sister-in-law, we got to this other conversation. We was chilling, nothing crazy. So we was like, yo, who do you think was the best of the two? Who was the best of the wolf? Because she said both of them niggas was clowns, but how about her baby's father? Because she had a baby after she was with my man. So he was like, well, he's a clown too. But I said, if you had to choose the best of the less evils, or whatever how that goes, the worst of the less evils, whatever, which one would you choose? And I don't even think she made an answer because she hated both of these niggas. But we had a nice conversation. It was cool. She was telling me that she'd been with my homegirl's brother for like 26 years. They've been married. So, it was cool. So anyway, I got out there. The girl I was showing the pictures to, we stood up. They was dancing and shit. I had to get out of there because I'm like, yo, let me get out of here. I got my family in the car and shit. So when I hugged her girlfriend, I kind of lifted her up. She was like, oh, that felt good. So, I was bugging out with her. She was like, oh, you funny. I hugged my homegirl while I was out. You know what I mean? I thought everything was cool. So the next day, the next couple of days, the next day was her physical birthday. So I was like, yo, happy birthday. She's like, thanks, whatever. So the next day I hit her with the picture that we took together from my phone. So I sent it to her. Yo, this chick straight. she was like, I just want to say, please don't put my picture on social media. And I'm like, I wasn't even going to put it on social media. I don't even know. You know what I mean? And maybe if she was looking like she used to, maybe I would have, but that wasn't even my intention. So, which was crazy. She even fucking said that. That was crazy work. So then she says, for future references, please don't bring half-naked pictures of your models to a dinner that was inappropriate. And then she said, and please do not discuss my ex to my sister-in-law. I don't know exactly what y'all were talking about, nor do I care to know. I was like, what the fuck? This happened. Classic story of mine towards the end of the year. I have a lot of these stories, but this particular one stuck out. Now, I knew this woman for over 30 fucking years, literally. Didn't do the math, 94, right? So it's 2025 at the time, September. Yeah, when I got this message, she texted. I said, no, this bitch did not. I think I just pulled back the pictures. I was like, fuck the picture. I think I just deleted the picture. But with WhatsApp, sometimes you have a setting where whatever somebody sends to you could go into your archives and shit. But I just said all that shit back. It was crazy. I think I even said something nice, like it was so good seeing you, bing, 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 bing. And I didn't respond. I said, let me do this differently. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen. I don't get apologies from women at all. I'm always the one fucking apologizing. I don't get. Do you know what it would feel like to get a sincere apology from a female? I don't give a fuck if it's something from 40 years ago when we were kids. Do you know how hard that is? And I say hard like I can't see it. I'm trying to see it, but I don't recall. If there's any apology that was presented to me, it was probably like, I'm sorry I didn't make something last night, or I came there late. You know, I'm talking a sincere apology about, wow, thank you for saying that. I really needed to hear that. I don't recall any. And this particular time, the reason why I didn't respond right to her, I didn't want to do it through WhatsApp. One thing I learned with WhatsApp, when you're trying to get a point across to a voicemail, you might as well call the person on FaceTime. You understand? Especially when it's serious. Because at least you can see them face to face. I regret not hitting her FaceTime. I should have did that then. I'll tell you why later. Anyway, I couldn't think to respond. I couldn't text it. It was bothering the fuck out of me. So I'm like, all right, let me let this shit just wash away. And as you know, I'm a man. So just like we talked about yesterday, we hold shit in. So I'm thinking, oh, fuck that. I should just block this bitch. This bitch is a clown. I can't believe she came on me. But I know her too long. So you don't want to fucking make her 30 years and not speak to nobody some dumb shit we could have talked about. So fast forward few weeks passed by. I think it was Thanksgiving. And I said, you know what? I don't know. I think we was at how we finished dinner, we watching TV on the couch chilling. I remember it was family and shit. And I was like, you know what? Let me call so-and-so now. So I just FaceTimed her. I mean, you know what I mean? She picked up. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to shock y'all what I'm about to do. You know what I said? I said, happy Thanksgiving. Oh, thank you. So she's already walking away from the family because I guess she knows the last time we had any words was her words, you know what I mean? Which she felt offended. I said, you know what I did? I'm going to tell you what I did. I'm going to tell you why I did it. I just straight to it and said, you know what? I apologize if I offended you. I'm deeply sorry if I offended you in any sort of manner. It wasn't my intent. You know, I gave her all that. And she said, wow, thank you. That really means a lot, you know. Okay. At this point, I'm just like, well, I don't feel any fucking better. You know what I'm saying? I never do. Like, first and foremost, let's go back and rewind. Your homegirls was all chilling, bugging out with me. Who was offended? Was it offensive because I'm sharing the pictures that the girls were half dressed, or maybe the pictures were half dressed and it looked better than yours? Because that's why I was showing her. I didn't want her seeing my work and looking at it as looking, I didn't like the work that I did for her. To the left of me was your sister-in-law. She started the conversation. She knew who I was, so I didn't remember who she was. She remembered me being best friends with her ex, with her sister-in-law's ex. So she quickly went into the conversation, and we just started having a good old time. So to that left and right, I said to myself, well, in the past, I've learned one thing. And gentlemen, you could definitely relate to this. Ladies, you can too. Whenever a woman is wrong, she's always right. I don't give a fuck. When she's right, right? When she's wrong, she's right. You know what that means? that means you can't, there's no winning. If you offended her and she's wrong, she's right. I'm telling you. I don't care what you tell me I've been doing. I've been masterminding this shit. I've been doing this shit since probably 1990. 2026, I think I got the answer. It took me, okay? All right? All right? It's crazy to even say this. 26 plus 10 is 36 years. I don't even believe I'm saying 36 years. I finally got it. Okay? Shout out to Amanda. What up, baby? I finally got it. 36 years later. Even at the time, I want to say 35 years because it was 35 at the time because it was still 2025. The reason why I apologized to her, in my past, the blame will always be me. Nigga, I got sisters. If my sisters are not getting along, that shit comes back to me, right? If a woman cheats on me and I catch her in the fucking act, she can actually say, you pushed me to do this. All right. Now, I'm not a violent guy. I never hit a girl, none of that shit. But let's just say I smacked the shit out of a woman because she was in bed with another nigga in my fucking house. Do you know if you hit her in a court of law, nigga, that's assault. You have no right to hit her. Okay? Now, again, I don't condone hitting no woman. But a nigga may say, hold the fuck up. You was in my house fucking the next man. Do you know when you watch these videos of a man attacking the dude and then he attacks the woman and throws her clothes out, he's wrong. He's supposed to walk away. If you catch a woman in the bed fucking sucking your brother's dick, you're supposed to walk out the room. And even when you walk, she may tell you, oh, it's just like that. You're going to catch me sucking your brother's dick and you're just going to walk out and didn't even say, you know, let me tell you something. I used to hear this from my dad, but I never really understood it. It took me 36 years. 36. See, as crazy as time is flying. Because we've been into the millennial for 26 years. So you add on 10, it's 36. It's a long fucking time. What I've learned with these debates, trying to push shit into my homegirls, telling them what to do with these men, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I've learned, not my lesson. Now I mastered it. So, as much as that didn't sit well, I knew from my past I was wrong. And I was wrong and she was right. Even though that was some bullshit, she's right. She's a woman. She called it. She's offended. I'm responsible. Number one, I should have never pulled out the pictures. Number two, when her girlfriend started talking to me about the ex, because apparently she didn't get too much information because she probably asked him, what was y'all talking about? We talking about so-and-so. Oh, what would y'all talk about? You don't need to know. And that's what probably pissed her off. This is what I get for fucking even going there. So get it. I'm wrong because I should have never been at the party. You get where I'm coming from? I should have never. See, that's the accountability we got to look at. I hate that word, but I got to put it in there. I should have. This was the warning. When she invited me, I should have never went. That's where I fucked up. That's where I was wrong. Okay? So what I've learned in all my life, I'm not going to say further than 36 years, but I'm going to say for 36 years, I don't think I received a sincere apology for a wrongdoing from a woman. I can't recall it. But I will tell you, in 36 years, I kissed a lot of asses. I did a lot of kissing up. I did a lot of motherfucking apologies. But let me tell you something. I apologized to everybody, even when they didn't accept the apology. As a man, and I put myself there in that position, I'm wrong. And she's right. You fucking ain't real. She's right. Okay? Okay? Let me tell you something. This situation taught me such a valuable lesson. And the lesson is, woman among women, they don't even get it. You know what I mean? I've seen siblings, sisters that will not apologize to each other because they feel that they were wrong. Right, ladies? Women are more stubborn with each other than men. The thing is, with a man, he has to understand he's not supposed to understand. See, women know how to play that game over there in woman land. We as men, we're like, hold the fuck up. You were wrong. How the fuck am I to blame? When we go cheat, you don't push us to cheat. We just want some new pussy. Goddamn, your girlfriend was pretty. I wanted to fuck her. Goddamn, I did some bullshit. Right? A woman, and I know this works because I told women to use this example. I did. I told some of my homegirls in the past, when they got caught out there sending dirty pictures to a nigga, shit like that, got caught cheating, I always told them, always blame him. Not to say that I was the first one to tell them that, because a lot of women know how to turn that shit around. You know what I mean? Men don't think that way because it's like we caught, we just trying to get out of it. But a woman, she technically can get caught sucking her boss's dick and blame the man, blame her fucking husband or boyfriend for neglecting her. Did you know that? She legit has a reason, even when she's wrong, she's right. So, something happened in the last 72 hours. I'm going to put it out there like that. Right? 72 hours, I had a little situation. And I literally got pulled into it. Right? When I tell you, I had an opportunity to say no, no, no. And even then, even if I had rejected it, I would have still been wrong because you didn't give me the ability to speak my mind. Y'all heard it before, ladies. Be honest with us so we can have the ability to make our decision on what we want to do. Anyway, situation got pulled in. I did all the things I was supposed to do. I listened. When asked, I gave my opinion. I was honest. I made receipts, and this shit blew up right in front of my face. And guess who was wrong? Me. Even though the individuals were wrong on what they did, how they did it, what they said, at the end of it all, they're right. So from this day, that was my Valentine's Day gift to me. My Valentine's Day gift. Let me tell you something, men. If you're talking about living a long, healthy life, stress-free, how y'all say peace? I know I said, a lot of times I love my ladies, but y'all may give us short lifespan because we die first. Listen to me. Don't try to figure it out. Read the damn text. The text says as follows. When she's right, she's right. when she's wrong, she's right. I had an OG tell me this shit years ago. And I said, what was the secret for longevity? And he said he's been married to this woman for so-and-so amount of years. And she was there. She cooks, she cleans, she takes care. You know, he spoke good on her. But his mentality is when she's right, she's right. And when she's wrong, she's right. We don't argue. I couldn't understand that. It took me some time to really capture that because I'm like, but if she's wrong, you know what I mean? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. 2026, pre-Valentine's Day weekend, I got it. Now looking in hindsight, I'm like, oh shit. No, I do got one apology. One. I do have one sincere apology, and I think I'm so used to not getting an apology, I stopped there in our tracks. Because when my ex that I caught cheating, we was at a meeting spot because, we had to take care, like, little ending shit. You break up with somebody, y'all got to sit down and, kind of lock shit down, what's old, what's not, you know what I mean? Keys get given back or whatever. And I remember she started to say, and I forgot, I have to, like, literally, I think for years I forgot that she actually attempted this, but she said she wants to apologize for what she did. And I remember saying, what? She was like, because what she did, she didn't realize how much she hurt me. And then I stopped her. I said, nah. Don't worry about that. I stopped her a moment. Whatever point I was making at the time, she was trying to intervene that. And I didn't let her cook. I would never forget that. Matter of fact, the place was called Perks in Harlem. Perks. I think the owner just died. Look it up. That was the spot. It was an after-hours spot. It was a nice little spot in Harlem. And it was there. Ladies and gentlemen, I have never received an apology, a sincere. Now we got pardon shit like that. I'm talking sincere apologies from a major dilemma. I have never, ever got that from a woman. Ever. I remember one time I played a joke. One of my homegirls I was looking out for, she fucked like 5 niggas in 1 year, and she was married. My dumb ass is covering her. That was my homie and shit. I let her use my spot. She had the nigga in there for 2 days. You know what I mean? I had another spot for her to use. The following, I'm just gonna fast forward. Let's just say the following year, her husband and her was doing bad. He didn't find out what she was doing. Maybe he did. But they broke up, had a little fist fight. Shit got bad. He left her for the next bitch. She was seeing this nigga. The nigga's married. So you know that thing called text now? Like, you know how y'all could change your numbers? I played a joke on her. It was on some, April Fool's shit. This was April Fool's. I thought, you can't do April Fool's now. You lose a friend. So I played like I was the guy's wife. I played a joke on her. Because I had a Florida number and shit. I was bullshitting with her. And apparently I said something and she kind of figured it was me. She got mad at first and then she was like, fuck you, bitch. That's my, and then she's like caught something. Anyway, she peeped that it was something because it's going to get serious because, the guy couldn't go to his wife, obviously, and ask her, but long story short, I'm like, all right, nigga, it was me. I was fucking with you. It was me. Yo, this shit cost our friendship. Yo, this motherfucker got so mad at me. She put in her mind, check this shit out. In her mind, even though she's fucking a married nigga, even though I held her down, actually it was 2 years when she was screwing all these niggas and going on cruises, fucking niggas behind her husband's back. I was her confidant. I was the only man. She's Tori. Everybody needs a Corey in their life. That's my nickname. That was her motto, because she used to tell me everything. She said I betrayed her with this joke. This is when I knew we was getting older, because I'm like, again, this obviously all this shit I'm telling you is happening with older chicks, because it ain't like a younger woman's thing. My daughter ain't even got to that level yet, but she basically said that I'm gonna have to basically kiss her ass times 10 because what I did was so wrong and it hurt her. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I told her? I said, listen, you just gonna have to just kiss your own ass. You know what I mean? It's one thing when I fucked up and did something dirty. I fucked your girlfriend or somebody. Yeah, I get all that. You know what I mean? I get all that. But one thing I can't understand is, again, I didn't understand this at the time, but now I do. So now, currently, I'm like, oh, that's what the OG was telling me. The OG said he spoke about this generally. When she's right, she's right. When she's wrong, she's right. Ladies and gentlemen, I fucked up that friendship. I know. Listen to me. This is I fucked up the friendship. I was disloyal. I did her dirty. I played this joke on her. It wasn't funny, and it killed our fucking friendship from 1994. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. And men especially, if you motherfuckers want a long, healthy life, and you out here still trying to figure a woman out and want her to take accountability, we not even doing that. Because it doesn't matter. Whether she's wrong or right, she's still going to be right. And the mentality is not the motive, is she literally right? No, she's not right, really. But for the sake of it, unless she says, you know what? Unless she says that was some fucked up shit I did. And I really apologize, Nate. I did some bullshit to you. Nate, I was on your live stream debating with you. No, nigga, that's nothing. We're talking some major shit. Unless you're able to get that, and it's been, I'm just going to say within the past 36 years, I only want to go no further than that because now we're going to start juvenile. 36 fucking years, I've never received an apology. And now I realize all of those debates, all those relationship advices, all of those group settings, 10 girls around one nigga, which is me, all of that, now I realize, even when I was right, it didn't even make a fucking difference. They didn't tell me. They won't come and tell me about, you think any of these single women I know come back and tell me, you told me about that shithole since 92. Nope. They won't say a fucking word. Because the mentality is going to be, he fucked up. He wasn't shit. You dig what I'm saying? It ain't going to be her. Even though she's the dumb one because she chose him, they don't see it like that. So what I've learned with female nature, I mastered this. I've been in this school for 36 years, to say the least, and now I get it. The OG was schooling me, and I didn't understand until now. So now the gift came, and now I understand all of it. It's almost like how that TV show was today. I told you on Netflix how if they had used this potion from the jump, they would have found the kids in 2 days. It took them 40 days. 40 days where them kids were still living. Thank God they're here. That's a miracle. God is good. But it took me all these years now to really understand the mechanism of a woman. Let me tell you something. If I cheat on my wife, and get a woman pregnant, obviously I'm wrong, right? If the woman knew my wife and was a family member, a friend, and told her that I coerced her to be involved, you know I'm wrong, right? You know the girl's not wrong anymore. You know that now that she pleaded with my wife, the baby's 2 years old. I mean, she's 2 months pregnant. Just hypothetically, not putting this into realistic, not putting this to the form of actually being true. If she comes and says to my wife that Nathaniel pushed me, I was under pressure, I was depressed, her wrongness is out the window. My wife is going to say, after speaking to her, I see why she did what she did. You were the wrong one. She's not even wrong no more. I will be. I'm telling you. So on a positive note, that's a good thing because it teaches you structure, because it gives you longevity. You don't have to be the bitter male trying to figure it out. You don't even have to try to figure it out, because now I could look at every situation that I've been through now. It's kind of like I cracked the case. It's like a case that went cold. Well, it was never cold, but just imagine a cold case that went cold from the 1970s. And then it came back up and they found today's technology showed them what was, and then they found out that this nigga killed a whole bunch of niggas from the 1960s, 70s, even some people, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. It's an incredible feeling because now the journey kicks in. Because now now it's just like, I'm surrounded by women, sisters, mother, daughter. Even when she's wrong, she's right. Even when she's wrong, she's right. Understanding the female nature for male longevity. Without being bitter, without being ruthless and stupid and combative. No. Say that. Say that to yourself. When she's right, I'm going to say it the way the OG Italian told me, that Sicilian brother. He said, when she's right, she's right. When she's wrong, she's right. That's how he told me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for letting me share this wisdom with you. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I don't care if it got something to do with your mama. The nature of a woman is not for a man to understand unless he understands what I just said. You get it? See, all the years I kept trying to figure it out. But what I didn't understand was to figure something out is to accept it. Accepting is to figure it out. You have to accept, hey, that's what it is. I got it. Say less. I didn't want to accept it. You know how a woman tell you, God damn, that's a lousy excuse. A nigga do this. No, you got to accept it. The women don't want to accept the male nature. But I'm going to be the one here today to say, hey, even better, I'm going to throw a bonus in there. Women know a woman better than a man. They connect more. Okay, the woman could have came into my motherfucking apartment, creeped in there, broken, got in the goddamn bed in my studio. Tells she could fix that shit way, not only to my wife, to the fucking authorities, and say she was scared out of her life. She thought when I first met her that I was going to do something bad to her. So that's why I snuck into his studio and gave him some ass. And they're going to say, sir, we found out that you're wrong. She's saying that you kind of pushed her to that. What? Yeah, she was scared for her life. What did she say I said? She just said nothing because of your height and size. Something just that simple. The power. Even when she's wrong, she's right. Don't try to figure it out. Accept it and proceed. Okay? And you'll never argue with anybody again. God damn. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Ken Thompson. I hope you got a good one on this, brother. Because I'm telling you right now, this was a master class on this. Goddamn, the B Mindset University is back. Nate, how about a debate? What's debatable? We don't debate here. We're in a classroom. We don't do debates. But in my private life, when those debates are presented to me, and if I say, listen, I don't want to have no parts of that shit, I'm wrong. Just saying that. That was very wrong. You just pushed me away like I was a piece of trash. The only way I can get out of that shit is just to listen. Don't say one fucking word. Oh, damn, that's crazy. Wow, damn, that's crazy. And then later on, they could say, you just kept saying now and crazy. Wow, you was even listening to me. I'm telling you, there's no winning there. So don't even try. Proceed and move on. And keep it moving. Your relationships with women will be a lot better. Because if I could turn back the hands of time with my homegirl, telling her, I even told her, we did have a discussion. I said, wow, you know what's so funny? I said, I remember telling her this. Let me say this before I left. I said, as we were getting older, I said, I think once my daughter got here, I said, you know, if I was doing dirt, I don't think I could tell you that. You would judge me more, but I won't judge you. She said, oh, no, I won't. I said, yeah, you would. So I did. I was aware of it. You know what I mean? I said, you would, because as my male nature, I'm not going to judge you unless I got to, you know, be a bitch and hold it in. But remember what I told you all yesterday, on a psychology level, women throw things in your face. Man holds things in. So me as a man, I held it in because I never told her, wow, you are one dirty fucking whore. I thought about that in my mind, but I'm like, you fucked all these niggas in a 2-year time span behind your husband's back. I never said that to her. Not only did I not judge her, I never told her that. I held it in. So by the time I tried to tell her once as a weapon, it didn't mean nothing because, hey, at the end of it all, I shouldn't have played the joke. Ain't that a bitch? So, man, you got to know your position and stay there because you're not going to win. A woman hitting a man, yeah. A man hitting a woman, big fucking difference. And I don't support that. Well, she hit me, bro. Nah. Big fucking difference. Her hit is going to be different than his hit. So there's a difference. So I can't wait to go back and see what you said. I'm telling you, man. This shit is this shit was just a continuation of yesterday. This is just a journey to know if God blesses me with another 36 years. You know what I mean? Hypothetically, because it took me 36 years to learn this shit. I just learned it this weekend. Now I got it. Now it made sense for everything that I did. Anybody that I hurt, any woman that I disrespected, my deepest apologies, my deepest condolences. If I wasn't there when you lost a family member, I am sorry for hurting you and disrespecting you. If there's any shape or form that I hurt you, I deeply apologize for that. As a man, I stand tall with that. I love you all. Ladies and gentlemen, class is dismissed. Have a beautiful night. Peace.
Oh! Yeah. What's up? Yeah.